Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Jenny Live. Hope you guys are having an amazing evening. Come and join us in Miami TV if you're watching us live. All right, guys, so don't forget, we are going to be doing it only in English, but it is going to be subbed into Spanish, okay? Welcome, guys. Okay, so if you want to talk about anything in particular, please let me know. If not, you guys know that, I will just go ahead and take my own topics into my hands. So how was your weekend? How was everybody's weekend? Good? ¿Cómo estuvo el fin de semana de cada uno? In the jungles, a lot of rain, a lot of mosquitoes, still very hot. So if you're planning on visiting Tulum, keep that in mind, please. July is probably the worst month to visit Tulum, but there's still tourists here, so it's always good as well. Anyway, join us wherever it is you're watching us. Hello, greetings, and sorry we missed you yesterday. Okay, guys, let's go with this. Thank you, James, by the way, for our topics. There is something also that I had in mind to talk to you about, but I'm going to answer this one first. Hello, Jenny. Do we live the life we want or the life that other people expect from us? Dun, dun, dun. I guess it depends, right? We are social animals. It's human nature to wish to please and gain favor with others, but carried to the extreme, we can allow others to impose their opinion of how we should live our life. That usually produces little but frustration and unhappiness. Jenny, how do we get out of the way of others, of what others expect from us, and live a life that is true to ourselves? Nashville here. Hey, Jeff, what's up? Welcome. Te amo. Hola, Faisal. ¿Cómo estás? Hola, Luis. No leo, perdón. Ya no estás con mucha frecuencia, estás hermosa, felicidades. Sí, no, hemos tenido algunos problemitas por el tema del huracán y bueno, en todo Tulum hay hasta lugares que todavía están sin señal, entonces bueno, pues lamentablemente uno tiene que utilizar el internet que no es de uno, así que pues tenemos que esperar que lo arreglen. Ya está todo arreglado, así que ya volveremos a estar con ustedes. Gracias por extrañarme de todas formas. Thanks for missing me. I know we've been having some crazy Wi-Fi problems after the hurricane that, Mexico, it takes a little longer to fix things, but I think everything is back to normal now. Hi, Lewis. How are you from Australia? My favorite doctors from Australia, Barbara O'Neill. All right, guys, so how do we live? How do we get out of the way that others expect of us and live a life that is true to ourselves? I think probably a large percentage of the population lives based on other people's expectations. And it's really sad, I think, I've been there. I think a lot of you maybe are there still. But when you really start to see the difference, when you start advancing in your life, when you start opening up your channel of energy, when you start opening up your mind and being more successful and clearing out your energy more, you tend to look back at the person you used to be and pat yourself on the back with congratulations. You've gotten this far, and you really just don't give about what anybody says. Because one thing is to say that you don't care about what people say or their opinions, but deep down inside, you really do. A lot of people might say, oh, I don't care. But deep down inside, they're very insecure. So I think everything starts with security, with confidence. I think that is our major key. So how do we get out of the way of what others expect from us and live and we're true to ourselves? I think it would be working on yourself and working on your confidence. Once you really are assured of your actions and of your doings and that you've learned from your mistakes, that you've learned from the things that didn't come out right, and then later on you fix them, then these are the little baby steps that are going to make you feel a little bit more secure in making that firm step. Where they say, like, you have to go in somewhere with a really strong foot, and then people will listen to you. That's kind of how it is. And I think that it's almost impossible to get to that point without actually having some kind of experience in a negative path as well. Not like a negative path, sorry, but in mistakes and things that you have to learn and progress in. If things are just kind of always given to you, then I don't know how much you're going to learn from that. But let's say that you are in that sense and still you're in that stage of insecurity. Buenas noches, Madrid, España. Saludos, Iván. If you're still in that stage of insecurity, which is what they say, I'm so confused right now. Enrique's back, so we missed him, of course. He's really good at distracting me while I'm really focused. So I don't know. I think he's like testing out something new with the cameras. These little like red lights that apparently now I'm supposed to follow. I'm not a fan of being, guided towards anyway. So I think that confidence is the number one thing. I think that confidence is when you really feel true to yourself and you really feel like this is me, right? This is what I love to do. Then the more confident you become and the more in love you become with yourself and the more in love you become with the things that you're doing that you believe in, the more confident you are to really just share it with other people. Okay, so what about, for example, I'm gonna use a silly example, which is nudism. Okay, the amount of people that I know that are nudists, and their family doesn't know. Nobody, in their job, they're very like hush hush. Like I've had guests here at Energy Tulum, that they'll say, oh no, nobody can know I'm here because I run a big company, and if they find out I'm a nudist, and I'm just kind of like. Of course, you have to respect their decisions and their privacy, but it's silly to think that it's that big of a deal when it comes to acting out in your own desires, basically, and doing something that obviously isn't harming anybody else, and being shy about it. I mean, who cares if you like to walk around naked? And if people do care and make a fuss out of it, these are not the kind of people that you need to be paying attention to. A ver, podemos subir un poquito que me falta un comentario. Por favor, producción. Un poquito más, un poquito. Ahí, a ver, uno más. Uno más. Ahí. If you're thinking of going straight, it's tough. If you're thinking of going straight, it's tough. Pink is the speedy color for beer and garage fun. What? Are you talking about my pink? Okay, interesting. I thought it was an interesting topic. Come on. Okay, back. So, I think that if you're focusing on the things that you love, let's say that you love to paint, right? And your family always wanted for you to be a doctor, or they want you to be a lawyer, but you want to paint. Or you want to be a rock star, you want to play guitar for a living, or whatever it is that you want to do. But in society, the friends of your parents are going to look at it like, oh, he's going to be in a rock band, And it isn't until maybe you become U2 or something, right? Like you become really famous, that that everybody starts sucking up to you. But in the meantime, while you're struggling, everybody's going to criticize, and everybody's going to criticize even if you are successful. By the way, you're always going to have two sides of the story. But in the meantime, it's difficult. You're not going to be able to take on these judgment feelings if you're not 100% sure that you want to do this or that you want to be or become this person that you're aspiring to be. So if you're weak, if your emotions are weak, if your feelings are weak, if your confidence is not good, the first round of friends that when you come out and you say, hey guys, I want to open up my own bakery, and you have those negative friends, unfortunately, that maybe say, and maybe they're not even friends. I mean, maybe it's even family members. And I've lived this as well. There's family members that they'll go for the sure thing. So like, what? You're gonna start your own online TV channel when it wasn't even a thing, when YouTube just started. It's when Miami TV started, right? And people will turn their back on you because it's new. They're afraid. They're gonna think you're gonna fail, and you're not gonna do it. So you have a choice. You have a choice in becoming part of the herd, right? Part of everybody else. Sorry, it's a little hot in here. Or you're going to be the difference. You're going to be the one that says, well, I don't care if you think I'm going to fail. I don't care if you think that this isn't the way to go, because I truly believe deep down inside that this makes me happy. And at the end of the day, you guys, if something makes you happy, who cares? I mean, really, do we really need to give that much of our attention to somebody that is trying to control our life? And this can come from family, this can come from friends, this can come from coworkers. But at the end of the day, they're not going to come and, tuck you to bed or give you hot soup when you're sick, right? So you're the one that has to pay the bills. You're the one that has to live with your decisions. You're the one that has to decide if you're going to be successful or not. Nobody else has the ability to do that for you. You can only allow them to do this for you. Sorry, you can only allow them to influence you, okay, in this path, but at the end of the day, it's your choice. So if you decide to fail because you take the opinions of people that are probably not successful in anything, and you take it as your own. Oh no, you shouldn't do a bakery because this and this and this and that maybe that person doesn't have a business. They never started anything. They're not entrepreneurs. So whenever I know I'm going off topic, but everything has to do, right? So whatever it is that you're trying to do, always make sure that you're being surrounded by people that have already done it. So if you want to open up a bakery, or if you want to be, a singer, or you want to play the guitar online today, I think it's so much easier for everybody to just connect and say, hey, listen, you guys are in this path. Maybe you're not super famous and have millions of dollars, but are you happy? Yes, I'm happy because I'm doing what I want. Awesome. So how was it getting there? And everybody's going to tell you the same thing. Listen, you got to stop listening to people, and you really just have to follow your heart. You have to follow your instinct and be smart, and you're going to fail. Nobody that's been successful in their life has reached success from one day to the next. Well, maybe there is somebody, I don't know, but for the most part, right? And believe it or not, it's even more rewardable when you reach those moments in life when you're successful and you had to really sweat and tears and all those difficult times, they pay off. Okay. Let's see, you had some Video Blog Nation or something years ago. When I started, Comcast had this vid blogger thing, and yeah, it wasn't mine. They hired me to do it. It was basically, I think bloggers didn't even exist at that time, so it was fun. It was fun to do. I mean, we basically did all the production, but and they paid you for it. Very little, but they paid you. So yeah, that was fun.